Kelley and Molly with your December Knotty Knit Box. Can you believe it's been a year?
It has been a whirlwind of a year,
It's
but
been a year.
I never believe it's December when December comes around.
It's hard to know. So we'd like to thank everybody who has been with us this whole entire year. We hope you like all 12 of your boxes that you've gotten. We've had fun.
It's been a blast.
So here we go. Here's December.
Woohoo.
So your yarn this month is 100% organic merino wool, made in the USA from Swans Island Company. They are based in Newport, Maine, and this is one of my go-to worsteds. I love this worsted yarn.
It's really nice to work with.
It's my favorite. So yeah, this is definitely one of my go-tos when I need a worsted weight yarn. I love their colors. This is their natural colors collection. So it's not a huge range of colors, but just beautiful saturated colors, vibrant colors. I love them. So we wanted to thank Swans Island for producing such a beautiful yarn. Okay, so we are all about beaded cowls.
Yes.
We thought we'd throw something a little different at you for the end of the year.
And a little sparkle.
Yeah. So you have these beautiful knitted and crocheted cowls with beads. So our knitwear designer, do we want to do the designers first, or do you want to go with what's in your box?
We can shoot into designers.
Okay. So the knit designer is Brian Smith, and this was so much fun to make. And don't be nervous, your beads will string onto the worsted weight yarn. I know it kind of looks like they won't, but they do, and it's really easy.
Yeah.
So a lot of fun, great pattern, and I think it just made it's so soft, so beautiful. I'm stealing this one because I want to wear it.
I don't know, it's pretty.
And usually we wet block everything here. This knit up so nice, such nice yarn. All I did was steam block it a little bit. So again, thank you to Brian Smith. Check out more of his patterns on Ravelry under Brian Smith Designs. And thank you, Brian.
Yes. And it was a pleasure to work with him. He's a very sweet man.
Nice.
So our crochet designer is Cari Clement, and she worked with a lot of the old Caron brands of yarn that are no longer around. And she designed this pattern for Cast Off Chemo. And she didn't want us to highlight her, she wanted us to highlight Cast Off Chemo. Cast Off Chemo is an organization to help find a cure for cancer. A whole bunch of designers will donate patterns, and they're $5 a piece, and all of the proceeds go to funding a cure for cancer, which is awesome. So we are really happy to be supporting Cast Off Chemo for our crochet design. So thank you, Cari Clement and Cast Off Chemo, for all of this. And a note about
how did you do your beads?
So I had to string my beads on separate strands, and I'll go into this a little bit more. But I actually used a little needle that fit through the beads, and I kind of jerry-rigged it I made an eye loop through the needle to then pull the worsted yarn through, so I could easily string it directly onto the yarn. So that's how I kind of got it on there, because it was a little tricky, but it worked.
Yeah.
So they said thread, dental floss.
Yeah, I know your yarn looks bigger than the opening of the bead, but they do string on. And as you can see, they look lovely.
Yes.
Okay. So goodies.
Gotta love goodies. So keeping with the festive time of the year, peppermint leaf tea. Actually not bad for peppermint tea. I tried it.
Yeah.
I'm usually not a fan, but it was really good.
I like the Stephen Smith. Their flavors are subtle. They're not overpowering. So they're nice.
And if you leave your tea bag in there for longer than the recommended steep time, it doesn't all through, which is awesome by me, because I really get forgetting. Your Eucalan, and then Naughty Lady rulers with a little magnifying piece here in the middle. They're about 6 inches long. I've used mine a whole bunch of times to work on chart patterns and keep my places on things.
I have several of them stashed strategic places in my house.
And then Knitters, you're going to have a lot of extra beads. Crocheters, you're going to use pretty much most of these. There's 170 total, so you should have a few extras regardless of which knit or crochet pattern you choose to make. Or you just have 170 beads for your stash. You never know.
You never know what you'll use them for.
And then a candy cane. I actually used mine one morning in my coffee. It tasted really good.
Yeah.
Melted, but it tasted really good. So, yeah, those are your goodies.
Those are your goodies. Okay, so that is your December box. We want to thank everybody who's been with us for the entire year, because there have been quite a few of you. And hang on, because we have lots of good stuff in store for next year.
Yes, we're
So,
very excited.
Please post your finished items and use the hashtag Knotty Knit Box, and we will see you next year.
Bye.
Bye.